Namaste, my friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor, and I help people navigate through their spiritual awakening process. And today I'm going to share with you 4 signs that you are ready to make contact with your spirit guides, with your non-physical soul friends / family. Beings that have been watching over you and guiding you and loving you your entire life. Only now you're getting to a level of openness where you can finally begin to perceive them enough to start the process of building a relationship with them. Why? I don't know, simply because you can. Why not? You don't have to contact your spirit guides. This is not a requirement for awakening or anything like that, but some people find it to be a fun endeavor to embark in, myself included. And I'm going to share with you 4 signs that you are a lot more ready than you think to start building that relationship with the guides that may or may not already starting to be making their presences known to you. Sign 1 is a combination of 2 things. One of them being sensing presences in your life. You get up, you wake up in the middle of the night to go to the restroom, and it's dark and everyone's sleeping, and yet you go out, you leave your bedroom, and you can sense someone-ish being, energy, something. You just sense the presence of something there. Sometimes it can be kind of an eerie scent. It's kind of a creepy scent. It can be initially a creepy feeling when you sense the presence of something that you know is, in a sense, not supposed to be there. And people can mistake their fear response for something bad happening. It's a darkness, a dark energy. A lot of times it's that they're trying to warm you up and help you overcome this fear response. But you'll start to feel like something's there in the same room as you. At times, it's one of the signs. Another one, which is part of this, is your own personal cues. Meaning, I can't tell you what these are. For me, when I'm thinking about my spirit guides and just kind of they're on my brain or whatever, and I'm in that line of thinking, I get these little twitches, these little taps, almost like a muscle spasm, and combination with someone like flicking me in the limb. It's always like my thigh or my arm, or sometimes my calf. And of course, you could say, oh, really? You're how do you know the twitches are from your guides, doofus? Well, I can understand that question very much, but it's the timing is impeccable, and it's been going on for years for me. That's kind of how I've come to, at least. And I could, of course, be proven wrong, but I have a pretty good degree of certainty because the timing is so spot on. Sometimes I'll just become mindful of them in kind of a split second, and then I have the taps. No taps all day, and all of a sudden I'm thinking of them, and there's the taps. Anyways, you might not get any kind of taps. You will probably have your own personal cues that you already probably know about because they've been happening. They're repetitive, and they're just germane to you. Number 2 is that you are naturally intrigued by the idea. Maybe it's not even spirit guides. Maybe you just are suddenly fascinated with the idea of somehow getting into contact with a deceased loved one. They can sometimes be your guides, and a lot of people they start to build that relationship in that way. Or maybe you've been led to the right information. Maybe this YouTube video has popped up on your feed, and something inside told you to click it. Or you might have had that experience with something other than my stuff. I'm not the end-all be-all spirit guide guy. There's other people with this kind of content. There's books. And sometimes when the timing is right and ripe, you will be led, or you'll lead yourself, however you want to look at it, to information that'll involve this kind of thing we're discussing here, but there'll be a natural feeling of resonance and excitement and enthusiasm. Just like, yes, spirit guides, yes, all right, awesome. Right on. And you just love reading about it. Some say to follow your bliss, follow your joy, follow your excitement, because that is the guidance of your spirit. That is your physical body's translation of messages from your higher self. I have found that in doing so, my life has improved unspeakably. So I trust that. And I can discern what is that natural, organic feeling of joy and excitement versus what is a conditioned association with pleasure. I'm not talking about taking 5 shots of vodka because I'm stressed out from work because I feel a little bit better. That's not the same thing as that natural childlike joy. So you might have that in the direction of something within the vicinity of spirit guides and that topic. Number 3 is oftentimes, just as it always, I reflect on this statement oftentimes from the book The Alchemist. I don't remember exactly how, I'm paraphrasing here, how it's said in the book, but it goes along the lines of every seeker's journey is met with beginner's luck, and then they face their greatest challenges as they get closest to the finish. What I'm saying is that sometimes the journey of being able to connect with your guides is met with like a video like this, and you're pumped up and you're jazzed up, and then the guide's like, okay, this person's serious, let's do it. Now there's some emotional upheaval. That's what I've been kind of like alluding to, is there sometimes there's emotional upheaval because it's fears and phobias and misaligned beliefs that distort your ability to perceive them in a way that's going to be harmonious. You have to get that all out of your system, and it can seem like a big, like, wow, I was so on point last week with the whole spirit guide progress, and now I'm not hearing them. I'm going through all this, I feel like, cut off, and just a big stress ball, doubtful and messy emotions just overtaking my life. That's good, because that's all coming up and out so that you can have a more pure perception and be able to continue that relationship and deepen it. And it's part of that deepening process. And if you see it in that way, then you don't have to get so discouraged. You can say, okay, good, this sucks, but the suckiness is on its way out, and what will be the end result is a lighter, more conscious, more open, more sensitive me. Number 4 is you might already be having contact-like experiences. What I mean are experiences that you have some reason to believe that it could maybe be your spirit guides or other presences or entities that you're kind of communicating with, but it's kind of on a subtle, vague sort of way, to the point where you're like, you can't just go around telling people you're talking with your guides. It's not that solid. A lot of people are already having that. Talked to a guy just yesterday. He's like, Victor, I've been having these unusual and very exciting meditation experiences, is the way he put it. He's saying that, and he's a guy with a real healthy amount of skepticism. He's not just quick to believe it's spirit guides. He really wants to be certain. But the way he described it to me is like he's sitting there, he gets really deep into meditation, and he said, so I'm going to be careful with my words here, but I'm going to use the word impression. He started getting impressions that were, in a sense, communicative. And he said, okay, that's one thing, that could be in my mind, but there's energy. There's a presence of energy around that's very intense and very obvious. And the combination of these vague kind of experiences in his imagination, combined though with the emotions and the energy, is like he knew something was going on. That's kind of how it happens in the beginning. It happens in a way where part of you knows what's happening, or at least believes it knows what's happening, and another part of you, it's not so in your face to where it can like creep you out a little bit, because it's one thing to really want to meet your spirit guide. It's like, yeah, would it be cool right now if my spirit guide was chilling right there on the couch and I could talk to him and say, hey, what's going on with my life? Where's it going? What can I do to maybe improve it? And just pick their brain. That would be neat. But that's such a paradigm shifting experience that would probably break a lot of people psychologically. So that's why we're going through this warm-up phase. But again, as I mentioned, so many of you now are going through this already, and you just might not know it. So you can facilitate it and speed it up rather by just kind of recognizing these signs and then continuing to put in effort, which just really essentially means be your best self, show a genuine interest, follow that up with action by reading books and trying maybe meditation, and you'll be amazed at what types of spirit guide relationships that you can build. And if for no other reason, sometimes they don't necessarily come in and tell you what to do and how can I get out of this job that I hate. They want you to learn your own lessons. But just the fact that you can do that, it changes your perception and relationship with all of life. The idea that there is life after death, that's a nice cozy notion. But when you experience non-physical beings in your presence and that you can relate with and benefit from and feel their love, it will change you. It will make life seem less real, less permanent, less all there is, because it's not. That is all, my friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. If this video inspired something in you and you want to have more of a proactive plan to increase your communication skills with your spirit guides, I made a video a while ago titled How to Contact a Spirit Guide. I'll leave it in one of the links that always appear at the end of the videos. And you can check that out to kind of further your quest. Okay? Have an amazing day, my friends. I will see you next time. Peace.